Hi, this is Cheryl back with you from Farmhouse Frugally, and I am making some more ornaments for my friends, and I thought I would just quickly show you a couple different ways using this white beadboard from my dining room. I just cleaned that up really good, and my husband cut it into all different shapes for me. And then I went outside and I just sanded all around the edges and distressed them because that's the way that I like the look of this, but you don't have to distress it if you don't like that. And then once those were ready, I did three different things. First, I took that music tissue paper that I have quite a bit of, and I decided that on a couple of them, I wanted that as the background. So it's very simple since tissue paper is so thin to just go ahead and wet and tear. I like the rough edges, but you could certainly cut it if you wanted something real clean. And then once I got all of those ready, then I set those aside in order to Mod Podge them on. And just, it's so thin, the tissue paper, you barely need any Mod Podge at all. Just put a little, you could even use school glue and watered down school glue here if you don't have any Mod Podge on hand. But just basically gently go ahead, especially since this beadboard has little waves in it, to just glue that down one little bit under the tissue and a little bit of Mod Podge over it. While I was waiting for those to dry, I went out to the graphics fairy and printed on rice paper some beautiful Christmas graphics that they had out there for free, and did the same thing. It's a little harder to tear on the rice paper, but it's because it's a little bit thicker, but I really like using the rice paper for printing. It's so much easier for me in my printer. Tissue paper printing can be a little bit troublesome, it jams. So I did the same thing with some of the larger blocks. I just went ahead and tore those and Mod Podged those on the way that I wanted those. And then again, once I had all of those graphics on, and I had a couple of leftovers, and I didn't measure these or anything. I was kind of eyeballing what would fit what. And then once I had all of those on to the blocks that I wanted to have them on, I moved on to the next step, which was to take those that had the music tissue paper, and that is now dry, and some little letters that I had gotten, I think maybe online, maybe even at the dollar store. These are very cheap little letters, some black stays-on ink, and I just inked up some words that I could stamp on here. And once I had that done, I did joy and I did hope and then peace. I took some of the odd shaped pieces that we had cut that were kind of the waviest part of the trim, if that makes sense, on the beadboard here, and I just used my just one little thing at a time and just stamped some directly on there because you had to press down into that little wave on the wood. I did put some antiquing wax on and wipe it off on these because I like that more vintage look. And my husband put some holes in them with his drill. And then I took some different colors of ribbon and some twine that I had on hand and just went ahead into those holes and added that to be able to hang them as ornaments. And I love the way they came out. I hope my friends like them. I think it's, I'm going to put little sets of 3 in little baggies for them. And hopefully they will like these. So here they are complete, and you'll have to let me know which is your favorite. If this is something that you would like to try, if you have a piece of beadboard or some scrap wood hanging around, and what you would do differently to give me some ideas, or what you would like to see in the next couple of videos coming up. I could do winter, obviously. I could do some regular DIYs or trash to treasure flips that are not holiday related in any way. But I would love to know what you think of these, and hopefully you will have a very Merry Christmas with your friends and your family this year, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for stopping by.